Hi, my name is Lacey Glidden. I'm the lady behind Maritime Family Fiber, and welcome to our first ever podcast. I expect to do these maybe like once a month, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe this will be our last ever podcast too. So, I want to give you a little sheep update. Lambing has officially started. I've been so impatient waiting for those ugly little bitty lambs to come, but they're finally here. So expect to see some very cute photos headed your way very soon. We did crutching before the lambs came, which is shearing the wool from around their udder and their tail and things so that everything is just cleaner and the lamb can find the udder to nurse and all that. And that was our last big task until grazing time comes, which I think we're going to do tomorrow. Bring the sheep and put them over so they can lamb on grass. I always go back and forth. Like I love lambing sheep on grass because it's so much cleaner and prettier and nicer that way. Their feed is more nutritious and everything, but it's nice to have them at home where you can keep an eye on them too. So go back and forth. But this year we're lambing on grass. So I'm very excited about that. We have been in the garden a lot. We can't plant anything yet because that pesky frost danger is not over yet, believe it or not. Some people say Memorial Day weekend, some people say the week after, or after the last the full moon in May. But we're going to keep an eye on it. My kid's been very helpful, as you can see.
I honestly don't want it.
Or not so much. So I have been knitting lately on my penny sweater. This is my latest finished object. It's by Tin Can Knits. If you don't know about Tin Can Knits, you probably do, but they're a wonderful site. They actually have a lot of free patterns on there too. They're behind the flax sweaters you may have seen, which is a great like basic sweater. I've lost track of how many of them I've knit. For kids, they're really good too. It's sized all up from baby to adult. But anyway, this is from them, and there was a cropped version, which I didn't do, but I love it. I loved how it turned out. I had a little snafu on the neckline. I thought I was smart, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to work the lace pattern into the decreases instead of having these stockinette gaps. Bad idea, because when I did that, the neckline decreased too sharply and I had a boat neck sweater. So, not a good idea. Follow the pattern. It's very naughty. But anyway, I'm currently knitting on the Cinnabar sweater for my sister. It's by, here, I'll get the pattern out here and read it. Read who it's by. My poor tattered pattern. It goes with me everywhere, so it gets a little bit ragged. You want to see a picture? It's so close. It's right there. The suspense is building. Okay. By Rachel Rimo, made and crafted, and this is what it's going to look like. How trendy. My sisters are both very trendy, very fashionable. If you ever see me wearing anything fashionable, it's because one of them bought it and said, wear this. So that's how it goes in my family, but there it is. Very pretty. And this is in red granite and regal. It's kind of it's not quite a pink, but it's not quite a red. I'm not sure, but it's not a rust either. So now that you know what color it's not, you can decide what color you think it is. But yeah, I'm almost to the arms in that. This gave me a Christmas present, but she picked out the colors and the pattern, and she sees it. She sees me posting about it, so oh well. We try to do a homemade Christmas, and they always cheat, but anyway. The next one I want to show you is my Nightshift. Let me go get it. Okay, recently finished object. Finally, are you ready? Woo! This is my Nightshift shawl. It's huge. I haven't tucked the ends in yet. Shh. Don't tell my mom. So the story behind this shawl You may notice it's a little bit crazy, and it's nothing like what it's supposed to be like color-wise. I think the yarn it calls for is it's a hand. I think it's a hand paint and maybe self-striping. So it was supposed to like gently shift through the colors, right? But not. No, that's not what happened. I think a mistake I made with this too is I looked at all those little dots of color and I said, oh, this would be a great stash buster. But it's not yet. It's actually, it's not like double knit, but you have these floats that carry over. So it's really thick, but it does take quite a bit of yarn. But my word, this is almost like a blanket. Like, I'm so excited to wear this winter. Very excited. Although, we can wait a little bit. To be honest, I was kind of like super frustrated with it until I cast it off, and then I was like, oh, I really like this. But something that happens with me, I don't know if this happens with you or not, whatever's going on around the time that I'm knitting something, I kind of like cast those emotions onto whatever I'm knitting. So this is right in the middle of you know what going on. So I think that's partially to blame. But anyway, I'm so excited that it's finished and I can't wait to wear it. Yay! Nightshift. That's by Andrea Mowry. Yeah, I think so. So, if you guys have been following along, we've been doing challenges. We're almost done with the challenges, which is good because I'm running out of steam a little bit. I've been so motivated. One of the challenges I had was to finish something from your frog pond. I have a very large frog pond. So I finished these slippers, a crochet, and I actually sewed on vinyl to the bottom of it. And so the funny thing was, I made, oh my word, I can't remember. It was over a dozen pairs of these slippers for Christmas a couple years ago. And I said, I got to this pair and I finished one. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. So I bought some vinyl, what I thought was a small amount of vinyl to put on the bottoms of the slippers. Let me go get it. I'll show you. This is the small amount of vinyl. I can't even get it on the camera. Yeah, and that's heavy. That's a big roll. Yes, and then I ended up not doing it to any of them. Oh well. But I did do it to this one. It's a little small for my foot. I wasn't making it for me. I have very large feet. But I like it. I'm tempted to add like a pom-pom string or something. They'd be like Santa slippers. So that was challenge 3, I think. One of the other challenges was to buy some yarn. I like that I get to set these challenges. I got some yarn that I'd never tried before. Some brands. This is Lana Gross. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm never up with like the in stuff. We're in Down East Maine here. Takes a while for things to reach us. Not very trendy. I got this. Okay, this is the Zobber Ball. Look how thin. Nobody told me. Wait, that's 2 strands. Look! It's so thin. I have an issue. See, my favorite weight of yarn to work with is probably like from DK to Aran is my favorite, but worsted is probably my favorite. Worsted on size 6 needles is like my favorite gauge. I do like the Atlantic weight on size 10, but I think I prefer the size 6. However, when I buy yarn, for some reason, I get this invisible stuff. So, I do not know why that is. But, I just got this one. I don't know if this is Zobber Ball, but it's the same brand. It's, it has an addiction warning on it, so there's that too. And then I also got drops. I've never tried drops before. I got drops Fable. I love these colors. I might make a pair of socks for me out of these. But we all know it's going to go sit in the stash for a minimum of 3 months because it has to sit on the shelf a while and be appreciated and all of that. So, okay. Since you've listened this far, I think it's only fitting that we should have a giveaway, right? Okay, I have this lovely skein of yarn. This is Durasport. It's like, it's similar to the Miss Sardine Queen, but it doesn't have like the plummy sort of color in it. I don't know. Anyway, this is hand painted. My mom hand painted it. She's the best. It's got a little bit of nylon on it, so you can use it for socks. And these are my colors. I love these colors. My absolute favorite. So, we're going to give away this skein of yarn to a random subscriber. Isn't that exciting? So, if you'd like to, you can subscribe if these videos are your kind of thing. And, yeah, we can chat next time. So, thank you for sitting in. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hi again. So it's tomorrow, and we are about to release the sheep. You can see we got a nice paddock fenced off here for them. They are hungry and ready to go. This is load 1 of about 5. Tired, but here they are, happy and grazing free.